followers of the Real Stuff podcast, welcome, welcome. It's Friday and we have our special Poetry Corner. And today we have a very, very special guest who has been with us many times, a superb poet, among many, many other things.
Thank you.
Dr. Anita Caprice and my co-host Courtney. So Courtney, can you start it off, please?
Yes, good morning, viewers and listeners of the Real Stuff podcast. Today is Poetry Corner, and we have with us Dr. Anita Caprice, who is our special guest, and she's going to do some spoken word type poetry for us and other things, and we're going to be talking to her too a little bit. So before we do any poetry, Dr. Anita, I want to ask you, what is TAPN2U? What does it mean, and what these foundation and movement is about?
Also, thank you, Courtney. Well, hey, everybody. TAPN2U. I'm the founder of the TAPN2U Movement, LLC. And the movement is all about, going within, living life from the inside out. And the tap into you, the T represents trust, the inside of you. The A represents acknowledge that the power, presence, and love resides inside your heart. The P represents practice the power, presence, and love that's inside your heart. The N represents nourish and nurture your wisdom and understanding, because that equals the peace and prosperity. The 2 represents the masculine and feminine energies, the masculine energy of knowledge and ideas, and the feminine energy representing understanding of the idea and the knowledge, and then manifesting. And then the 2 represents paralleling and making one our heart's desire with our soul urge, and that's the tap into you. So it's all about tapping into ourselves, and the tapping into that core center, that heart center where truth lies.
So is there anyone outside of the U.S. who are members of this foundation or this movement?
Pardon me, I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
I noticed that you have a foundation and a movement with the name.
Yes.
So what I'm asking, if it's just based in the U.S. or other people outside of the U.S. can be a part of the movement.
Oh, absolutely. It's global, because Tap Into You, as a matter of fact, the Tap Into You movement has a project, if you will, going on. And it's called Tap Into You and Change the World for a world peace. And every second Monday of the month, we have, I think, 8 countries, and about, I think, maybe 30 people representing these countries. The second Monday of every month at 10 o'clock p.m., whatever your time is, we take 6 minutes to concentrate and just celebrate peace. So wherever you are, it's not like connecting on Zoom or having a meeting. It's wherever you are. Just take that 6 minutes. You can sing, dance, pray, meditate. The 14th of March was the first Monday that we did it. And what I did, I cut on Fifth Dimension Aquarius, and I sang and danced to Aquarius for those 6 minutes. Yeah, we have Chile, South Africa, USA, of course, Trinidad and Tobago, India, and Syria. I think that those USA. So no, it's all over the world. So the more the merrier, because I'm an energy gal. So I just really know that when that 2 or more get together, shall be done. And it doesn't matter, that 10 o'clock may be 12 hours. You may be ahead. Your 10 o'clock may be ahead 12 hours from my 10 o'clock. It's not the time and the space, it's not the space or the time, because in the universe there's no such thing as time and space. It's the number 10. And the number 10 has, I'm in Gatto. The number 10 represents standing for. That one represents the individual, and the 0 represents the great potential of the all of the creator. And then 6, for the 6 minutes, 6 is the vibration of cosmic love, home responsibility, and that home represents, of course, our immediate surroundings, and also it represents our sphere of influence. Then it goes beyond that to the domestic, our domestic environment, to our national environment, to our international environment, to our global environment, to the universe. And then that heart, the home, also represents our heart. So the number 6 represents cosmic love throughout the multiverse and our heart. So that's what our project. And I'm so excited about this. I'm just so very excited about this project, and it's growing. It's continuing to grow. And all I ask for all you listeners, if you're interested, all I ask is every Sunday, the second Sunday, I send out an email just saying, hey, a gentle reminder, don't forget 10 o'clock your time, 6 minutes on that piece. And all I'm asking for people just to put in there, I'm in. That's it. That's it. And then we just do our thing that second Monday, 10 o'clock, and we just celebrate and concentrate on that piece.
So, okay, I see that, one of the things that you're passionate about is empowering people through the spoken word poetry. Just talk a little bit about that before you start giving us some poetry afterwards.
Okay. Well, for me, writing, I've been writing poetry all my life. I would say that's one of the front liners of how I express myself, and how I want to uplift and inspire others. That's very important to me. It's important to me, and because we all know the difference between the abyss and the prosperity. We all know that. And I'm passionate about what's happening, like the suicide rate and hopelessness and feeling abandoned, and those just feeling like there's nowhere to go, and that's such an illusion. That's so an untrue, because all we have to do is just sit still, and believe. But that's the thing, that's the discipline, because faith and all that takes great discipline. It just does, and it's work, but it can be fun work. It doesn't have to be laborious. It doesn't have to be blood, sweat, and tears, and sacrificing. Surrender is one thing, and surrender is a beautiful thing. That's a powerful thing, to be able to surrender. So, but my poetry, I want to touch people, to let them, hey, listen, whatever's happening out here, whatever's happening outside of you, there's something in you that's greater. But we got to believe. I remember watching a program. I pick up stuff, all kind of programs. I was watching Law and Order: Criminal Intent. That's one of my programs. I mean, that's one of my favorites. And one of the ladies, one of the detectives had scratches, like broke out into a rash. And he was saying, I wonder what's going on. And they were investigating this woman that dealt with natural herbs and remedies. Well, the woman put some type of concoction on a candle to make him break out. So his partner took him to her friend who dealt with a lot of formulas and potions and different things like that, because his thing was, oh, can't nobody put a spell or all this. And the detective took him to this woman, and what she said is something that made it just rings with you. And she said, your faith is in your belief. If you believe that you have something greater in you that's anything outside of you, that is your truth. Anything that we believe anything that we believe is our reality. And my thing is just because that might be our reality, it doesn't make it the truth. Although it may be our truth, it doesn't make it the truth. So my thing is, just sharing with people, tap into that divinity. We're so been so taught to think about our limitations, our frailties. Oh, we're sinners. We're born sinners in the world. We're not worthy. That is not true. And because of that, so many of us, it's taken me years to realize it in the beauty of my flaws, of that imperfection, there's also a perfection. So all these years, I've been thinking of my imperfection as the all of me. And because of that, that has taken me down shadow paths. That has caused paralyzing fear. That has intimidated me. That has had me thinking for years of not liking myself, all because of and I call it a karmic debt, all because I borrowed somebody's or something's opinion of what we should be doing. And my thing is, no, enough of it. Stop it. Stop it. It says it all. You're created in the image. We talk about God, the creator, the all, Allah, whatever you want to say. And my thing is that if that's so true, that the image of the Alpha and the Omega, the creator, of whatever you want to say, is inside of us, and then we are not worthy, or we are not perfect. There's nothing in us that's perfect. Then we are saying that the all is not perfect, because you can't have it both ways. Either we're gonna say God is everything, and God is all good and all and all of that, or it isn't. Either I'm pregnant or I'm not. I can't be both. And that's my thing, because it gets to me, because so many times I know I understand the feeling of hopelessness. I understand that feeling of not knowing where to go. And that breaks my heart, knowing that people have even died by suicide because they felt there was nowhere to go, because they felt separate from something that is closer than the breath they breathe. And
So
that's
empower us with some of your spoken word poetry now, please.
okay. And I apologize if I talk too much. I mean, because that's just a thing for me. So forgive me. Yes, you gotta stop me or something, because yeah. So okay. So anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna start off with race memory. I just asked, I just said, okay, which one do I want to share with you guys? So I thought I would do this one, and this one was a friend of mine had asked me to write about racial relations. And I don't normally write like that. That's not how it normally comes to me. So this time I said, okay, well, let me see what'll come. So I just allowed my mind to gravitate. However, my mind went different ways. So this is what I like to share with you. It went inside the amygdala and that limbic system. So this is what came out, and it's called race memory. I hope you all enjoy it. At the counter, being unseen, speak up, too dark to be ignored. The one next to me just steps up and immediately gets served. Marvin Gaye, Brother Sister, Beatles, All the People, Bob Marley and reggae, Donny Hathaway, Take It From Me. The ghetto, the pyramid, the Taj Mahal, the earth, the universe, we're all one. Universal law, Mat Dot, Hinduism, Buddhism, Sufism, Zoroastrianism, Judaism, Taoism, Natarianism, Christianity, Swat Twai, we're all one. Satnam Namaste, good to see you, it's good to be seen. Stop, right there. How about it's good to see you too? Consideration, affirmation, a nice thank you will suffice, if that's all right. Decree and declare, how many of us are actually aware? We're all one. Heard no longer necessary to keep the word. In the past, a badge of honor. What happened? I wonder. Muhammad, Yehoshua, Zoroaster, Buddha, Krishna, Baha'u'llah, Moses. Elements are more in depth, except not a part of, conversation when sharing dialogue on race memory and relation. Black, brown, yellow, red, and white on sight. Blood is red. Simple, they say, then do. Assume the position. Yes, it is personal. Stand by acquisitions of distinction, integrity, jurisdiction. Kabbalah, the Holy Bible, Vedas, the Holy Quran, Tripitaka, the Avesta, Katabeaka, vein blue, white, brown, black, yellow, red, the same for both me and you. All of them is this, all of them is that. False generalization creating hostility and animosity. The only all is the source of the multiverse. Green thing, grass on earth. Is there such separation in nature and as in the cosmos? The world spins around, breath we breathe, a blend of conditional love, hate, apathy. Hey, where's the empathy? Energy spins on earth as in the universe. If we could only learn, hate is a fear. Now the lesson here is to overcome. And for some, it's quite clear. We are one. Beginning, child, a boy, a girl. Baby boy grows up, baby girl grows up to see the world as man, woman. What else and what's up? Hate manifests outside the womb. Our thoughts become a tomb of inferiority, superiority, better than, less than. Decline to give the best of hot sentiment, uttered and untouched. We are our sister's keeper. We are our brother's keeper. A concept appearing to be secret. Oh, friend, my friend, that's what you were in pure energy. Now that we have formed, can you be my friend? Peace, famine, love, war. What do we really thrive for? Now let's examine the gifts of the Creator that lifts one state of consciousness to another, transcends what's become a normalcy, in truth, reality. You are my sister. You are my brother. Red, brown, black, yellow, white. You are my sister. You are my brother. This plight. Do we believe? Can you conceive we are one? Oh, friend, my friend, that's what you were in pure energy. Now that we have form, can you be my friend again? Stop. Take a moment. Outside, look outside the madness. Let's examine the gifts of the Creator. Muhammad, Yeshua, Zoroaster, Buddha, Krishna, Baha'u'llah, Moses. You and me. Oh, my friend. That's what you were in pure energy. And now that we have form, I ask you, can you be my friend again?
Wow. Beautiful. Wonderful.
Thank you.
So, Flavius, what do you think? Okay, so you can just give us another in the meantime.
Okay, sure. This one is called The Chamber. Okay, so this one's next. Okay, this one's The Chamber. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay. All right. The Chamber, life commence, hence the creation of a nation, velocity and vibration, stationed between the towers of power. It begins in the chamber. Duality, polarity, solidarity. The growth, expansion, priceless treasures, a plethora of pleasure experienced within the chamber. Silent cries, determined wise, flow and life begin again. Mystical, magical, that's the chamber. Dark creates light. Remarkable, archetypal, magical warrior inside the chamber. Prelude, a begin. Postlude, an end. Activity, the festivity. Embraced within the chamber. Welcoming, rejecting, love, joy, hate, diminished, strength, and fate determined of what originates from the chamber upon earth, depending on the birth, growing inside the chamber. Begin the begin, life again and again, coverings of the mystical, see beyond the physical, the energy, the synergy, the synchronicity of the chamber. Beauty, splendor, power, fearlessness rests within the chamber. Nurturing, anger, joy, sadness is in the chamber. Void, manipulation, unsatisfaction, emptiness, fullness, fulfillingness, first sign, first philosophy is in the chamber. Philanthropy, given, mission of the chamber. There's life in the chamber, death in the chamber, and transition of wishing, a transformation distorted and deserted by instruments inserted inside the chamber. All begins getting real still, a hush, becoming a rush to the silence the past before the dawn, making its presence known. The intellectual evaluation, comprehension, not to mention the hurt and pain recovered inside the beautiful chamber. An entire nation is born, and in time it can be worn down into the consciousness, down into the consciousness of materiality, not based on practicality. Fear precedes illusion of success, seeking fulfillment in the stillness that's inside the chamber of our mind, where the alpha and the omega reside, in the core where there's so much to explore. Within the heart of the chamber, yes, there is bliss. Now allow me to add the remainder. Within the chamber, a society, a village, a community, domesticity, nationality, ethnicity, globally, race, relation, and memory in a world, a birth, life form flourishing, traversing the earth. It all begins within the secret, the sacred chamber, and at all cost, to prevent an eternal loss, it must be cherished, honored, loved, and protected. Shh. You see, it all begins within the secret, the sacred chamber, the absolute, a woman's womb. Thank you.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, man,
That's what we call real empowerment.
deep. Deep. Yeah,
Yes, really profound. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
Well, don't stop here. Keep going.
Oh, okay. I have one more. Okay. This one's a little lighter. Let me put these papers. This one is called Empowered She. Okay. Inside the beautiful darkness shines brilliant light, the separation of the sky above from the mighty deep below. The earth is solidified and the treasure of nature originates, the cosmos of the sun and the formation of the moon. Denizen of the deep glide, birds fly in the blue yonder, the animals traverse the solid surface of the earth. A child of the universe is born. 6 days of manifestation, then rest. And in time, the stars twinkle at night, the moon gives light, and the sun shines so bright. And in the continuum, a child of creation is born. A beautiful child, a magnificent child, a child with the power presence of love and God inside resides. A child created in the image of I am, the Genesis. And let me reminisce, as Og Mandingo said, at birth, before her very first cry, God whispered in her ear, "You are the greatest miracle on earth." Now she grows up to be a beautiful woman who's walked through the fire and ran through the storm. There's jazz in each pep, and yes, there's authority in that sister step. She mimics no one. You see, she has her style all her own, and she lights up the room with her style and with her smile. And now walking into that room, eyes glistening with energy, shared thought expressed, we listen. Ah, that's synergy. See, there is power in this space, and it radiates forth from within inside the brilliance of love and light permeating the atmosphere. Her vibrational aura is vibrant as the rainbow of color. Strength abides. See, she taps into her power inside, loyal and committed, and energy loving and pure as gold, bold, strong and unbreakable, sometimes shakable. Yeah, sometimes that sister is shakable, but she's never unstoppable. Brilliant as a diamond sparkle, her soul is truly remarkable. Remarkable spirit. She's protective. She's nurturing and nourishing. A glorious miracle be she. Oh my God, it's so easy to see. The Creator resides inside this child, this woman, this girl, this lady, this queen is every single sister, no matter the race, creed, or color on this earth, the greatest miracle in the world. She. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm back to my one word things now. Brilliant.
Oh, oh my goodness.
Wow.
I have a question. One
Uh-huh.
question that leads to this is, when you write this poem, do you think about them before you start writing? Or you just write and they come?
Most times I just write.
Wow.
Yeah, just most times that's why a lot of times I'm not I'm not a person. I've only, well, let me just say, I've only done it maybe twice. This one, this race memory, and then another one is called Little One Inside, where a sister had asked me if I could create something for her luncheon to speak with teenagers, and that was those two of the times that I really thought to, okay, let me write this poem, and what came out. But it's really interesting though, because the one called Little One Inside, it was originally called Princess to Queen, but when I was delivering that piece to the teenagers, the young ladies in the audience, I started connecting with the sisters, the queens in the house. And I said, wait, I'm talking to me too, the little girl inside of me. And I saw that was with the ladies too. So even that one spun into something that I hadn't anticipated. And I had even shared with a friend of mine. I said, yeah, I said, you know what? I said, that piece had me get in touch with the little one in me. And I said, when I got in touch with her, I said, during a meditative moment, I said it's something, because I said she was so sad. And I said, and she even made me cry. During that moment, I said, well, why are you so sad, little girl? And even brings tears to my eyes now, because it dawned in that moment, it dawned, I said, that's you. What are you so sad? So now I connect, me and little girl have a connection all the time. I mean, so if anytime you see me, I'm jumping up and down, whatever. My little girl we just having fun. But I say this to say, I was sharing with my friend, and then do you know what happened? Then he said, I'd like to get in touch with my little boy too. That's when I knew. I said, okay, this is a universal piece. So I didn't even know what it was, even though I said I'm going to take a moment to write about something. It went another different way, just like that race memory. I was going to write about prejudice and different stuff, and it just went another different way. So it just went on its own.
Little girl inside, no?
No. Yeah, no, it's quite interesting that you spoke about that, because most people don't understand what you'd call in transaction analysis about the ego states, that we all do act out these three ego states of parent, adult, and child. And sometimes we have to look back at some instance or the other, we're acting out these ego states. So that was
Yeah.
it was pretty powerful. Awesome piece.
Thank you. Yeah. Getting in touch with that little one, and I mean, yeah. I mean, there's 7, I believe, from what I understand. It's called Ikigai. Excellent book. 7 blue codes, blue zones. I'm sorry, throughout the world, and one in the United States is in oh Lord, Loma Linda, I think, or somewhere in California. These blue zones are society communities where the average average age of the citizen is 100. That's the average age, not, average, like average. And these people are working. In one part of the book, it said, if one of the blue zone in anywhere of the 7 around the world walking down the street, and they're in front of you, the writer said you couldn't tell if that man or if that woman was 40 or 100 because the gait was straight. There's no kind of abnormal way of walking or weakened walk. And one thing they interviewed, and one thing that I got out of this, other than that they kept working, because their thing is, like I think it's China or Japan, they don't believe in retirement. It's like, if you love something, what you stopping it for? I mean, why would you stop it at a certain time in your life? But one of the main threads was that these people were not necessarily adult happy. They tapped into that joy happy. That joy happy comes from that little one. Where our adult mind is too intellectual to get down nitty gritty, take off our, and just be that little boy, that little girl. That comes from another part of us, that perfection part of us, that one that's so closely connected with the God, with the Creator. And that's one. And these people, and as far as even diets, they would say, "What's your diet?" One woman, she was 117. She said the only reason why she stopped smoking cigarettes is because she got cataracts. She said, "I couldn't see the cigarettes. I had to quit smoking cigarettes because I couldn't see the thing." But it had nothing. She was still vibrant, 117 years old. But you can hear the joy, the awe, like the awness of the wonder. We don't have one. We have to get little to experience that wonder. Like oh my God, that is
Okay.
so cool.
Yes, Dr. Anita, just before we go, because time is running out on us,
Okay.
I just want to ask you this quick question. Tell us about your organization's plan to build a school in Burkina Faso.
Yes, thank you. My family and I, we're called the Angels Dream Team. We are raising funds to build a school in Burkina Faso, West Africa. Burkina Faso, Burkina meaning honorable, incorruptible people. Burkina Bay meaning honest people. Burkina Faso, they were called Upper Volta. I think it was in 2000. I forget when it was changed by Thomas Isidore Sakara. He changed it to Burkina Faso. It's a landlocked country around Burkina Faso. Around Burkina, around the country of the cities, it's flourishing. But there are various parts in the villages that are not. So we're going to be building a school in one of the villages, because right now, some of the children, they're walking to school one way, 2 hours, and it's dangerous because they just had a coup. They tried to get the president out. So they just had that coup. So it's kind of dangerous in the surrounding area. So we want to build that school in Burkina Faso because the literacy rate is low and the fertility rate is high. So we want to, like the universe, help balance. So we're not building a school for, and if I said for, I stand corrected. We are building a school with the community of Burkina Faso. And I spoke with one of the liaisons in Burkina Faso, and she's just a beautiful, beautiful sister. We had a Zoom call and the work that they're doing. So yeah, that's what we're doing, building that school in Burkina Faso, West Africa, and prayerfully so far we have a little over 7,000 raised. So and every whatever kind of ideas or whatever way that we can think of to raise money, that's what we do to help build that community with the school, with the community, and we're partnering. So we're ambassadors partnering with buildon.org. So that's Burkina Faso.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, in Burkina Faso too. Well, I just want to say Burkina Faso, the capital of Burkina Faso, the capital of Burkina Faso, within the city, that city is the oldest city on earth.
Okay, thanks
Yes,
for
it
the
is.
information. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's a long name. Huh?
Flavius, are you there?
Yeah, man, I'm here. No, Courtney.
Yeah. I'm just saying that, because the time is far spent and
Yes,
we're almost there. So
Okay.
just back
thank
to you.
you again, Dr. Anita.
Oh, thank
you very
you.
much for coming. Yes.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a
Oh, yeah.
blessing.
You're welcome every time. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
So as we leave this morning, I'm going to ask Queen Lubafu to give us the Our Father in the Garifuna language and Tafina to take us out. Thank you very much.
You lead us to Fula. You belong far away away. Ajugwala lebobu seru. Lida mua, lida sungfula. Lida mua, lida sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what set me a figure flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I have to utilize I will.